Welcome to Heroscape University. Grab a seat, and let's learn more about this great game. This course is Heroscape 105, How to Attend a Convention, and is designed for players who have played in tournaments before, but haven't attended a full convention and are interested in doing so, or at least learning more about how they work. A Heroscape convention is an organized group of tournaments taking place at the same venue, usually over the course of several days. Conventions are a great way to get a ton of games in over a short period, playing different formats, and spend time with other people who enjoy the game. Many Heroscape conventions are run by the community, and those tend to focus primarily on Heroscape, though there is other gaming that happens on the side, often in the evenings. Some conventions are run by Renegade's organized play team, and those are usually at larger conventions like Gen Con, where Heroscape is one of many games, and not the primary focus of the overall convention. Let's start by going through the existing convention series. You can view all community-run conventions since 2021 on the heroscape.org conventions page, which is linked in the description below. We'll start with the original, the biggest and awesomest Heroscape convention out there, ScapeCon. ScapeCon was started in 2021 and has been a core pillar of the competitive scene since. Like Gen Con, ScapeCon is hosted in Indianapolis in the summer each year. It's on the longer side of conventions, usually around 5 days long, and runs multiple tournaments per day, and often multiple tournaments per time slot. Simply put, it's the pinnacle of the Heroscape gaming experience. ScapeCon East has also been run twice, a smaller convention that was held in New Jersey. Hexacon is run in Kentucky. SassCon is run in North Carolina. Scape Summit is run in Salt Lake City. Outside of ScapeCon, each of the others is a more regional Heroscape convention, predominantly run by the same people who run local events there throughout the year. There are also currently several conventions being run by Renegade's organized play team, the predominant one being Gen Con, where Renegade runs the Heroscape events. If you're unfamiliar with Gen Con, it's the largest board game convention in America, with excess of 70,000 attendees each year, and is held in the summer in Indianapolis. Heroscape is one of many events that you can find there. Renegade has also been running Heroscape events at the convention Adepticon, held in Milwaukee, and will have a presence for Heroscape at the convention Origins, held in Columbus, Ohio. How you sign up for a convention will depend on if it's a community-run event or one run by Renegade Organized Play, and if it's part of a larger convention, like Gen Con, or an independent Heroscape-only one, like ScapeCon. For community-run conventions, there will be an event page on heroscape.org, which you can find under the Conventions sub-tab of the Events tab. You'll need to have an account on heroscape.org and be logged in, and then you can click Sign Up. Most community-run conventions will also have additional instructions in the description at the top of the page, for example, how to pay for your badge, or how to join the right Discord to get notifications from the convention organizers. For Renegade organized play conventions, you'll need to follow any instructions they've put out for that specific event, which will likely involve registering for each individual tournament on their Battle Network website. For bigger conventions that are not specific to Heroscape, like Gen Con, you'll also need to purchase a badge for the overall convention, so make sure to pay attention to the relevant deadlines for those conventions, which can be fairly early sometimes, as space is often limited and badges do tend to sell out. Regardless of the convention type, you'll likely need to also sign up for the individual tournaments that you plan to compete in, which will happen either via heroscape.org or Battle Network. When you go to your first convention, you'll need to bring the same things you'd normally bring to a tournament: your figures, cards, dice, order markers, and any other game accessories that you need for your armies. One of the nice aspects of conventions is that, frequently, several people will end up bringing their full collections with them, which means borrowing figures is often pretty easy. Heroscape also has a great culture of being willing to lend things, so I encourage anyone going to their first convention to not let their personal armies be limited by their own collection. If there's something you want to run and don't have the figures for it, ask around, usually on the Discord for that convention, and there's a very good chance someone can lend you the figures you need for that event. You should also bring anything you'd normally bring to be comfortable over the course of several days. Conventions frequently start with some form of group map setup, where whomever has arrived a bit early helps build the maps that will be in use throughout the con. Map setup can be time-intensive, but if a bunch of people are all doing it together, it goes way faster and is a lot more fun. After maps are set up, each day of a con will consist of some number of tournament time slots, usually 2 to 3, where, for example, there will be one tournament in the morning, another in the afternoon, and perhaps one more in the evening. For the bigger cons, there are usually multiple tournaments happening per time slot, so that each individual tournament can play down to a winner within 4 or 5 rounds. Multiple tournaments per slot is also a good way of providing more options, so people can play the events that are more interesting to them. For example, ScapeCon tends to have a VC, or Valhalla Customs, event during most time slots, along with some number of classic events, and there are frequently Delta and non-Delta point events per time slot. If you want to learn more about VC figures, check out Heroscape 152. If you want to learn more about Delta points, check out Heroscape 153. Between tournaments, it will depend on the convention if there is some sort of organized meal arrangements, or if it's up to each person to find food on their own. So just know which model the convention you're attending follows. Most conventions also have a main event of some form, which can be a single tournament, or a multi-stage event that consists of a qualifying stage and a bracket stage. Heroscape conventions generally have pretty awesome prizing, including various game customizations. The most classic example is prize dice, which most conventions use for prizing event winners and various other accomplishments. Other cool prizing options can include custom order markers, custom figure repaints, or visually redesigned army cards. There's also often door prizes that everyone gets just for attending. Frequently, there's also other gaming happening at the cons besides Heroscape, especially in the evenings. There's plenty of opportunity to get all kinds of games in over the course of the con. And that's pretty much it. Multiple Heroscape tournaments per day, opportunities to play other games, cool prizes, and spending time with a really great gaming community. Congratulations for completing Heroscape 105. I hope this gave you a helpful introduction to how conventions work, an overview of how to sign up for them, and what to expect over the course of an event.